Hi there. My name is Alex, and I am a patient and family engagement advisor at BC Children's and BC Women's. It's my pleasure to hopefully take up about 3 to 5 minutes of your time to introduce an exciting initiative that the Sauder Sibling Center will be launching over the next couple of months. So, if you couldn't tell by the title of this presentation, we are introducing a young sibling peer group network. And this group and pilot is intended to meet what we see as an existing gap in sibling services across our province, in Yukon and Alberta as well. This might be a gap felt by your family or maybe a family that you might know. And this project itself is intended to create a safe and age appropriate environment where siblings can come together in a group environment that is led by a facilitator and go through curriculum that is intended to explore their lived experience, but really bond siblings with one another to promote resiliency, wellness, and connection with one another. Before we get into the details of the pilot, I would like to first introduce the foundations that are making all of the above possible. The Canadian Centre for Caregiving Excellence through the Israeli Foundation and also Petra Canada Caremakers Foundation. All of these organizations have addressed what we've identified as a need for siblings in a caregiving space and really met that call to action. And I cannot overstate that this first step forward towards better supporting siblings would not be made possible without their generous contributions. So, thank you very much. Why siblings matter. When we look at a family that is navigating the complex healthcare diagnoses, either a condition or disability of a child, knowing that there are siblings in the network, of course, we're trying to prioritize family centered care. And while, of course, siblings fall under family centered care, we do see that oftentimes they are the most impacted by this diagnosis, but also the most under resourced. And it's important that we are making sure that all the resources are provided to those little humans because it can be a really isolating experience to be a young person in a family network, not necessarily knowing what is going on or having this someone to talk to or the skill set to be able to navigate the challenges that a family might be going through. Can create a lot of emotional stress on this little person. And what we do see overall is that there is a deep need for that peer connection and connecting with another person in a safe space where they can speak openly and honestly with someone else who might be going through a similar experience. So, looking at the benefits of a support group for siblings, these groups are intended to build these meaningful relationships where siblings can talk about their lived experience and validate one another in what they might be going through. Following a curriculum, we're seeing that there's greater signs of resiliency, confidence, and overall emotional well-being. There, as a result, would be reduced stress, anxiety, and loneliness. And then also following either curriculum or just shared experiences from their peers, gaining insights and confidence around coping strategies that would be leading to a more insightful full reflection of what a child might be experiencing and how they might be taking good care of themselves. Ultimately, the sibling support groups would be creating a sense of comfort and belonging in a safe space where a child can be themselves. Okay, so getting to the high notes here. The sibling support group that will be launching through BC Children's will be a free monthly online group. It will be eligible to children's ages 8 to 11 years old who have a sibling who either has a chronic healthcare condition or disability. It's important to note that this isn't going to be diagnosis specific. Important to name that this is not therapy or counseling based, but rather it's going to be peer collaboration led by a facilitator that will be following a pre approved curriculum. There will be activities to support these siblings and resources that will be shared out to families as well. And really just getting to the root of that peer to peer connection where siblings are able to connect with one another through their own lived experience. So if you think that your family or family you might know might be eligible for the Sibling Support Network, I'd encourage you to either pause and take a screenshot of the requirements or just listen to me list them out. So once again, we're looking for children to participate that are between the ages of 8 to 11 years old. They must have a sibling who has a diagnosis of a chronic complex medical condition or disability. You must, because this is a virtual platform, have access to a computer with a microphone and camera because it is going to be an interactive group. The child must be able to attend online groups independently, so not having a parent or caregiver present. Must be able to participate in a group setting and feel comfortable and excited to do that. The child attending must also have a trusted adult that they can go to outside of these group sessions where they might need to have a debrief or get some emotional support should something come up during those sessions. And then lastly, we're really looking for little humans that are interested in participating in the group. So, although you think that this might be a good fit for a little human in your life, we're also making sure that we want the child to be on board and excited to participate with us as well. All right. And then lastly, I would just like to say thank you so much for letting me take up a little bit of your time. Please know that I'm very involved in this program and very excited to be able to answer any questions that you might have. Please feel free to pause and take a look at our phone number here or email us at the sibling peer groups at cw.bc.ca. That's all I got. I hope you all have a great day. Take care.